stars in the movie everyone seems to be talking about these days. It's the Blair Witch Project.
The indie film phenomenon, the Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch Project.
The Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch Project.
The Blair Witch Project.
I am so sorry for everything that has happened. Because in spite of what Mike says now, it is my fault.
The Blair Witch Project is a fictional film in the style of found footage. The intention of this movie was to get viewers and the audience to truly believe that this was real, authentic footage of 3 filmmakers gone missing in the Maryland woods in 1994, while they were making their own documentary about a mythical local hermit who had abducted and slaughtered children. The reason behind the unique narrative structure of the film was because the directors Daniel Myrick, Eduardo Sanchez had come to the realisation that documentaries they had been watching and consuming about paranormal phenomena seemed more effective in scaring people than traditional horror movies were becoming. So they decided to make their version of a fictionalised but real event. The film didn't have a very big budget. In fact, it was very small. The production only got $60,000 total. Most people thought that the production had no real chance to make any sort of turnaround in box office, especially at the time horror movies were not doing as well as they used to. But the film was able to make 4,000 times its budget, pulling in $25 million worldwide, thanks to the phenomenal marketing campaign. Grassroots marketing is a strategy that involves creating targeted content to inspire a specific audience to share a message about a brand, product, or idea. The goal is to build rapport with an audience through this idea of community, word of mouth, peer-to-peer sharing. The marketing of Blair Witch was just that. Internet culture and fandom culture is built on spreading word of mouth information, exchanging theories, and connecting dots between each other. This is a common idea nowadays, but fandom was a beginning culture on the internet in the 1990s. The head of Artisan's marketing department, John Hedgeman, had always thought that the internet had this huge, untapped potential. During an interview Hedgeman had with The Times in 1999, he said, "There are a lot of other ways to get to people than throwing money at them." He continued on, "When people say something can't be done, that in itself is motivation to say, yes, it can." This is, of course, applicable to the Blair Witch Project, as they cleverly use the internet as their marketing. In the months leading up to the Sundance Film Festival, the filmmaker and producer, Haxan Films, went and launched a guerrilla marketing website, which was named www.blairwitch.com. This helped plant the thought and whispers of mysterious disappearances, with fictional police reports, newspaper articles, journals, and interviews, all created specifically for this conspiracy theory and marketing scheme. This idea that it could be real and the theorizing that came along with it, making people truly sure if the events of the film are factual or fiction. This was part of what made the marketing of the film so successful. This website gave the audience an at-home experience of consuming these facts to get their curiosity, helping them get invested in what the movie could be about. They want their answers. They want to know where these missing people are and what happened to them. fans started piecing together clues and sharing them around the internet. The buzz grew faster, all building up and adding to this mythos around the film. It wasn't just a movie to people, it was more than something to consume. It was something to figure out, to unwind. It was a puzzle. The website was able to generate 100,000 views before the premiere of the movie. And due to the attention that the film was getting, it brought distribution rights for Sundance to $1.1 million. Artisan Entertainment then amplified and furthered this "Is it real or is it not?" campaign. It began to generate 3 million views per day. Insane numbers on a website for 1999. Along with making a website, documentary-style trailers, and a variety of other things for the lead-up of the film, they made mockumentaries. The first one to come out was Curse of the Blair Witch, 1999, a 45-minute mockumentary short film. This was able to portray the myth of the Blair Witch with more credibility, giving the first mention of Ellie Kedwood, who is the fictional woman who would then go on to be said Blair Witch. The lines continue to blur between reality and fiction. Everybody was invested. The film wasn't released in many cinemas right away. They started with a limited release, which would only increase the prestige, sense of exclusivity. People were lining up to see it, feeling like they were getting in on a secret before everybody else, before it blew up into something huge, as they predicted it would be.
Have you tried to see it before?
Yeah, like 5 times. It's been sold out every time.
As more people were able to see it, the buzz kept growing. After those first initial screenings, word of mouth got bigger. People would tell their friends, "You have to see it." There would be an almost bragging right about having had seen it. The demand for the film was higher than ever.
We drove all night long from Napa and got to our hotel, took a shower, came out here, got in line at 8 o'clock in the morning.
The press helped turn this hype into free publicity. Considering the low budget, this was perfect. Reporters interviewed the filmmakers, but the filmmakers kept up the illusion that this was real footage as much as they could. The lines continued to blur between reality and fiction. It wasn't just another horror coming out from a film that has franchised itself that people are bored of. No, it was an event. The result, a huge success. From the average person to critics talking about this hyper-realism of the film. At this level of realism, could this truly be found footage of a documentary? What these filmmakers did was show that you don't need a massive budget to create a huge impact. The aforementioned $25 million box office worldwide, compared to the tiny budget of $60,000. Word of mouth and a clever marketing scheme were more than enough to make a tiny indie film into a global hit. And this marketing genius of the Blair Witch did not stop in 1999. It changed the future of horror, the future of film marketing and press releases forever. Films like Paranormal Activity and Cloverfield took notes from the Blair Witch, using similar tactics like keeping things under wraps, engaging with fans online, and playing with the idea that their stories might be real. To conclude, The Blair Witch Project is more than just a movie. Its success shows the industry that the internet is a powerful tool and that the culture on the internet can almost do marketing for a movie. To this day, people will talk about The Blair Witch. It was and still is one of the most profitable independent films of all time. A marketing phenomenon.